Welcome to another draft video. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the second draft that I've recorded for YouTube. And thank you. Please. I know every content creator says like, comment, and subscribe, but that's like really what matters, and that's how you grow on YouTube. But also tell your friends. If your friends are into Magic and you like my content, tell them. And let's hope this community grow. For right now, since I'm working full-time and not really in the practice of editing, did it a long time ago for school, but not ever professionally. Kind of just doing minimal editing, putting up my stream VODs on YouTube, just keep the channel active, give people another place to watch stream VODs that never goes away, because Twitch VODs definitely do. So welcome, this is another Crimson VOW draft, and what do we got here? Got interesting rare. I think this one is quite good. It is by invitation only. I think is quite good. And then the next best cards are Imprisonment, a Braid, and then like a tier below that is like Mariner. A Braid is one of the best commons in the whole set. I guess the question is, do we think that's better than by invitation only? And I'm not sure I know the answer to that. White's really good at going wide, so you just kind of like name a number that is the amount of creatures your opponent has, and then you just keep the rest, or you can just use it as a 5-mana board wipe if you get behind or if you want to engineer it. So I think we're going to take that. It's also rare, so rares are pretty cool. We're going to take that and then see where we go from here. Okay, interesting. This pack is a lot less good. I think the 3 best cards in this pack all go into the same black butts deck, but Gluttonous Guest does go well in black-white life gain, and we do have a white card, so I might take that. Guest is, I mean, just blood tokens turns out are really good. Giving every blood token, giving 1 card in your hand cycling for 1 is pretty great. I think the 2 most powerful cards here are Lumberknot and Fodder. Could take Fodder. I don't know how good Fodder is in a white deck, but it's a lot more replaceable. A lot less replaceable than the Guest. And if we take Fodder and we wheel Lumberknot, then we have a really good direction to go in. So I'm going to take that here. Ooh, okay. Alright, well maybe this is our chance to play blue-white. So also a pack song pup that doesn't really go well. It's quite a good card in red-green because it'll have a lot of wolves and werewolves. It's a lot harder to support in other color combinations. I think these are the 2 best cards here. Socialite's pretty good too, but by invitation only and Braincomber are pretty good together. I do want to try out the blue-white deck, and from what I've heard, Braincomber is a very strong card. Take Braincomber, we wheel Selhafen-Tumor, then we kind of have a really good blue-white deck. I'm going to take this because it has 1 color in common with my best card. The other card, the monocolor card that would be best with these cards that I have is just the Socialite. Oh, okay. Interesting. Guess I can just keep taking good white cards. There's a good green card here, good blue card here, and a good red card here, but the red card does not go well at all with what we have here. We're not really seeing black here, so, and I think we're having removal, especially removal that can kill anything, even if it costs 6 mana, is incredibly important in this format that's full of bombs. So I'm going to take it over the 4-mana creature here. Plus I am much more likely to be some flavor of white deck than blue deck right now. just because of the cards that I have. Okay, there's an imprisonment. Okay, there's some fairly good green cards here showing up. A really aggressive white card. But we are really not that kind of white deck. I'm just gonna keep taking white removal, I guess. Again, the black cards we're seeing are very bad. We're seeing pretty playable blue cards and white cards, so that's probably the direction we're gonna go in. This pack is kind of interesting because it has a bunch of white, a bunch of green. Green does not pair that well with white, from what I've seen. Holy crap, that's a late Abrade. Pick 6 Abrade, wow. I mean, there's not really a good card for blue or blue-white decks. Fear of Death is like okay. We already have a couple of removal spells that are way better. The three best cards are Abrade, Mariner, and Blood Fountain. But Blood Fountain's like the first good black card that we saw. I'm just gonna take Abrade because it's the biggest signal here. The other signal is there's a bunch of green cards, but like, ooh, hello, wow, Minister. All right, we know white is open. Nurturing Presence is a card to keep an eye on. It is at its best in blue-white, which kind of looks like where we're going, but we might just be red-white just because of how powerful, how open white is, and if we're gonna get good late red cards like Abrade, that's gonna keep happening. Okay, now what? A lot of content creators have been saying that Epicure has really been impressing them. So notably, we got the Brian Comer, what's it, third? I think it was third. And then we saw 4 mana 3/3s out of blue, and that's the only good blue cards that we've saw since then. Okay, so this is our opening pack. So what didn't come back? All the white card. Oh no, Imprisonment was taken. Braid, Central Anger, Mariner. Someone took Sharpshooter and Retrieve over Mariner? That can't be right. Traveler, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna take this Adamant Will, I guess. Seems like the most likely card that we would play out of these. Okay, there's a Binding, guys. It's like a decent blue card. Could take this Ancestral Anger. I don't think it's gonna be very good in a red-white deck, which looks like where we're heading, but we could also be blue-white. We have Brian Comer, so I guess I'm gonna take the Geist here for that reason. Okay, there we go. We did get the Entomber back, and we currently have 2 Disturbed Creatures already. Okay, well that will be a good card if we get a lot of Disturbed Creatures. We have a couple of spirits. I guess I'll take this. I don't know how good it actually is. I don't think there's any chance we're green. I mean, it's a really late green card here, but alright. Huh. Alright, so. Oh shit. Okay. Actually, no, there's a 20 guys here. Alright. First I was like, oh no, we're screwed. Look at all these good cards and colors that we're not. But then I mean, Twin Blade Geist has really impressed me on the other side. I haven't got to play with it yet. But every time it's on the other side, it feels like I have to exile it or I'm gonna lose. Like, just being able to give Double Strike from your graveyard turns out to be very, very good. So this is like a premium 2-drop for this archetype, and I think it'll be good in either flavor of white deck, whether we're white red or white blue. It's possible, since we didn't actually see that many. Well, we saw late Minister. Yeah, I'm gonna keep taking white cards. It's like, it's possible we're supposed to be blue red, so we're seeing like kind of late cards, both of those colors, but I don't actually think that's true. I'm gonna put this fodder in the sideboard for sure. because we didn't see any good black cards at all after we took it. So I don't think there's any chance we're black. Griffwing, Cavalry would probably be pretty okay for white-red. It would be really bad in blue-white. I think I'm just gonna take this Wretched Throng. Yeah, I'm gonna take this Wretched Throng. Try and collect some more of them. This is really a very unexciting pack. Pack makes me feel bad. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's a Bleed Dry. And a Lantern Bearer. Okay. And a Waltzer. Okay, so now... we're just not seeing that many good red cards here. I think we can pick up a lot of good blue cards here in this pack, and then get white again in the next pack. So I think it's better to be blue-white. So I'm gonna make this decision, go blue-white instead of red-white. This is kind of, I think, this is probably our jumping off point for either deck. But I'm gonna, if Lantern Bearer wasn't here, it'd be a pretty easy Waltzer for me because I really nothing playable for the other deck. Okay, so Thrill of Discovery, that's a good card. That pup's kind of late. Red cards are whatever. White cards are definitely not whatever, or whatever too. Stitch Assistant is not really what we want. We'll just happily take this, sir. Thirst. Now there's a Soul Cipher board. How do I feel about that? Okay, well, now there's some late red commons, but I think we're kind of committed now to blue-white. Let's look at our curve real quick. We don't have that many 2-drops. A couple of ways to get stuff in our graveyard, so yeah. I like the board. I think the board's okay. Ooh, second board though. Well, that's the third Cruel Witness that we've seen. This card is not good. Even if you have a bunch of flying creatures, you're just winning anyway, so you don't need to draw cards. I don't think I want a second board. I'm gonna take Cruel Witness. Cruel Witness does have synergy with the board as well, and with our Disturbed creatures, so I'm pretty happy to get that here, 6th. And I'm pretty happy with my decision to be blue-white. Oh. Turns out, oh, hey, shit. I'll try out the Nurturing Presence, I guess. I have 1 Retribution, 1 Imprisonment, and a By Invitation only. Oh, we get another one anyway. Oh, but there's also a Screeching Swarm. That's interesting. I think we want to have a low curve, though. I'm going to take the Retribution now. Alright, I'm really happy with that now. Okay, there's a Cradle of Safety, a Diver's Gob. Diver's Gob is a good card. We have some tokens we probably don't mind sacrificing to. We can pick up a Cradle of Safety later. That seems fine. Okay, there's another Binding Geist. I don't think I want Adamant Well, but maybe. This card's not that good, but it does have Disturb. Okay, chill. We have 3 zombies. Still probably gonna be better than any of this other stuff. Sure. Sure. Okay, well this would be where I take a sideboard card. But this is the best of 1, of course. Uncommon. Alright, what are we hoping to see? We're really hoping to see a bomb. Another Brian Comer would be cool too. Okay, Heron of Hope is probably the best card for us, which is kind of sad because it's a common. And currently we're not gaining that much life. Heron of Hope is very, very good with Minister though. And it's really good if we can give a double strike as well. Other than that, Maybe I play this Entomber for wheels. Maybe I'll play this Geist for wheels. This is a pretty unexciting pack. Which is really unfortunate. We still don't have any bombs. So that's not a great place to be in this format. But this is pack 3. This is where we get paid off, right? Another Diver Scout, but I'm going to take another Traveling Minister here. And then we're going to wheel one of these 4 blue cards. And I'd be pretty happy with most of them. Okay, happy with that. Minister that is. Ooh, okay. Those are some pretty good gold cards. Blue-green has not been the best in this format. Let me just take this here. Nice little Cantley Ancestor. We're picking up a little bit of a life gain package with the Ministers and the Heron. I don't really have any payoffs, but I guess Heron is kind of a payoff. Like it. Ooh, another Geist. That's nice. It's also an Imprisonment. I think Geist is just too good. So, I think I would definitely play this Sphere of Safety if it came back. But I don't know what the chances of that are. Okay, infantry. So Geist Light Snare. We have. That's just not going to be that good, right? We have 2 actual enchantments, 7 spirits, and then how many of them disturb? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of them. All of them disturb. I'm going to take Drawskull Sentry. It's a good one to have. Ooh, yes! Rewarded! Also, holy crap. Person who cut off black in pack 1 is getting super hooked up, but Brian Comer here is awesome. Now we really want ooh, I know, another Lantern Bearer. Holy crap. Alright. Okay, now we actually really want to see Cradle of Safeties. This deck's looking pretty great for a deck that has no bombs. We have 1 rare and it's a board wipe. Alright, let's see here. It's only at 3 zombies. Probably not playing this chill. It's possible I play Stitched Assistant. Don't really want to play Rallier. That card does not seem that good to me. We have a decent number of disturbed creatures. We're not going to play 1 wrong. So, don't mind sacrificing those. Okay, there's a Geist we can discard, or the Entomber. We got both those back. There's like another Geist in the next pack, and also an Entomber. I'll take the Geist. It's playable. It gets better with the Entomber and the board. And the Thrill. Okay, so there's a Diver Scab and a Siphon Essence. I think I kind of want the Siphon Essence. I have a decent amount of stuff to do on my opponent's turns. I got Board, Thirst. Yeah. I don't think I'm playing this chill though. And then double Retribution. Wow. Yeah, actually that's not that surprising. I think the data and also a lot of things that I've heard about blue-green, it just doesn't really come together in this format, which is really kind of sad. Another binding, guys. I don't know if I want it, but I'll take it. So Diver Scab seems okay. Such Assistant seems okay too. Wow, okay. So I think it's just, well, I think we kind of figured it out, but that white was just very open. I mean, that's a white training card. It's not very good. You had 1 blue-green that was 7-0? Damn. That deck was probably loaded with bombs. I mean, it's just, there's not that many self-mill payoffs, and there's not many enablers for those colors. So it doesn't really come together as a cohesive strategy. Oh, mainly carried by blue because 2 bounce krakens. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. 2 bounce krakens. X-ray. Yeah, that's what carried you. Okay. So kind of sadly, we didn't get any cradles. So I kind of want to play this adamant will now and play like a. Because that helps protect our Voltrons. Oh, look at us. We got so many good 1-drops. Glad I didn't take that evolving wild. I don't think I would have played it. Okay. Now what? Alright, don't mind the 1 entomber with like literally 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 disturb cards and a Geist. We gotta make some cuts. I'm probably gonna cut some number of binding Geists. Got one of those. I don't know if I want this, so the board. I think the 1 is okay. Played 1 opponent scooped. I mean, card is extremely good actually. Yeah. Hullbreaker Horror is one of the best cards in the format. And it just so happens to also be uncounterable. Kind of a lot of 5s here. I kind of want to just not play this. Yeah, I'm not going to play that. We don't have any blood except for Siphon Essence. Oh, and Imprisonment can get us blood too. Fear of Death, I don't think I need that. That's just like bad removal. We have like fairly good removal. 16 creatures. Huh. What are we cutting? I could go to 15 creatures. It's gonna make stuff like Presence less good. I think that's okay though. I guess I can play 1 Binding Geist, but then what am I cutting? I need to cut non-creatures? I mean, Will's not looking that good in this deck. Like, it's cool that it helps us resolve this ability. This deck's not exactly making Baneslayers. I mean, it kind of is. Like, Traveling Minister Heron of Hope is Baneslayer. One, two, three, 4. I don't think I want to play this trainee. I'm not good at training it, and also, yeah, no map, no problem. You baked that cake, buddy. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna cut 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards. This card just doesn't seem good. I'm gonna cut it. And then what? Did I cut the counter spell? Kind of don't want to. Helps me deal with bombs, except for Krakens. Kind of want to keep this adamant will, but I could definitely see cutting it. We're gonna be able to go wide, so we'll be pretty good against removal anyway. Alright. I think that's what we'll play. Sure, this looks pretty good to me. We're not like super looking to race either, so I don't think I want the supernatural rescue, even though I do have 8 spirits. Nah, I'm not doing that. All right, let's play our games. That's what we're gonna do. Pow. All right. Let's see. This format has been treating me really roughly. I lose the mana problems or my opponent's bombs most of the time. So like Most games are just not even close to close. Go first. I do need another land. But we have a fair retribution. Help us stabilize. I'm gonna keep this. The rest of it's pretty good. Being low on lands and having Thirst is a little bit awkward, but you don't really want to cast Thirst early anyway. Yeah, I have no reason. Doesn't matter what land I play first. I don't have any double blue or double white cards to play early. Shit. Alright. Alright, we're gonna need to draw a land fairly quickly here. That's not a land, but it is a castable thing, I guess. Here's Lantern Bearer. What was that pause? Did they syncopate? I think they have syncopate. It wasn't that, because the pause was with it on the stack. I think that means they have to have syncopate. Land, please? I hate you. Well, we might find out if they have syncopate right here. I'm not going to play around it, so, because I can't. Okay. Again, another pause with it on the stack. Where are you, prisoner? That sucks. Cool. Cool game. Alright, well, we can kill that too. Or maybe not. I'm gonna try. Can't beat this otherwise. Here's the syncopate. Yep, there it is. Knew it. Alright, we are so screwed. I'm gonna need a land real quick. Oh, Aerith too? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, hey, they flipped it. Alright. And I have to flip it back because I just don't have any lands. Where are all my lands? It's turn 6. Turn 7. Turn 7, no lands. You just cast this and die. Turn 7, no lands on the play. That's 33, 15, 6, 1. Ah, very, very cool. Ah, the old 2%er. Best of one. I call that getting best of one. You lose a game. You lose rank. All because a variance decided to throw you a 2%er. I think we would have been in pretty good shape if we just drew any one land that game in the first 4 turns. Okay, this is better. Much better. Huh. I think because I have the invitation only, I'm gonna lead on Lantern Bear and then board. Maybe I'll save the Minister for after the board wipe, because I don't care if I lose Lantern Bear to a board wipe. Rawr. Plus the invitation help turn on the board. Oh, interesting. That kind of sucks a little bit for me. I mean, I don't really care that much if they target this. They're probably just gonna do it. Like, they get 2 damage out of it. They get full value out of their impulse. Sure, Owie. Okay. And then thirst. Oh my god. No. Discard this. And wait, if I discard both of these, that turns on the board? Alright, that's fine. But you've never seen a turn 3 flip board. Huh. I don't want to play this. I think I do this. Bonk. It's gonna make the buy invitation only worse, but this might be one of those games where we just don't need it at all. Naya. What is Naya? Plays Torrens. Okay. That's fine. Like we'll win this. Slam them for 5. And we have 8 damage in the air next turn. Potentially 9. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so they're just some weird 4-color deck that has no way to interact with flying. Cool, 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 cool. No doubt. Hiya. Boom, bang, boom. Pass. Okay, well, we flipped a knight. So that gives them extra mana there. I don't really care about that, though. Sure. That does. None of this stops me from killing you. Alright, now you're just dead on board. Sure. Okay. Now you're just showing off how dead you are. Yeah, sure, you can drain that. I don't care. You're just dead. Nice deck, buddy. I don't even know what you're doing. What's the blue for? What's the... I mean, the white is for Torrens, I guess. So, like, they're green-red. Splashing white for Torrens and splashing blue for God knows what. Whatever. We're 1-1. That one loss being a super quick, heartbreaking 2%er. It's okay though. Okay, that's keepable. It's not that good because we have no disturbed creatures to go with this presence or this entomber, but yeah, you're right on time, buddy. Bloodseeker. Okay. I'm just gonna hold up this thirst here. Okay. Another 3-color deck, huh? Discard. I'm not gonna play this. Ooh. I don't really want them to get blood from this guest. I kind of want to play Diver's Cop next turn. So given that, yeah. This gives us the best attacks next turn. Yep, that's pretty rude. I'll double block. Sure. Another guest. A. Okay. Well, I think this is worth it. I lose all my flying pressure, but I gain so much tempo and value. They may not just, yeah, they don't even want to draw it. Like, no. I'll put it on the bottom. Oh, there we go. Brian Comer, baby. Could have a retribution. I don't give a shit about that though. So I'm gonna attack. Boom. Alright. And then play Comer. I have almost no way to loot away land. I have just a couple of ways to make. I already used my thirst. Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna worry about first retributioning this turn. What's my opponent's deck trying to do? Are they splashing the black? Oh, that's a lot of blood. Sure. Well, now I kind of regret. Fine, I can do it next turn. Are they gonna drain me for one? I mean, do I leave back the Diver's Cop here? I don't think so. I think I just cast the Lantern Bearer and attack for 5. Boom. They attack me. Maybe I block and then Lantern Bearer the Comer and then kill their creature anyway. Edgar, oh Jesus, fuck. Well, I don't want to kill Edgar, so I think I can just outrace it. I mean, I even have a 3/5 for him. I need this to die. I'm just gonna block. Yeah, I don't mind if the Lantern Bearer dies here. Oop. Okay. I think it's a little bit too late for their Edgar to be really good. Maybe I'm wrong. Siphon Essence. Okay. So I get a spirit if I just target the Comer. If I just put Bear on Scob. That's pretty good too. Maybe this Comer is a jump blocker. Yeah. Unless they have like literally Fierce Retribution, which they have 6 mana anyway. See if we can outrace Edgar. Oh. Get Brian Comer back. Mind this play. Yes, I'll take 4. Because if they just play a creature and I counter it and then they die. Are you dead? They are dead. Got him. Okay, so there were red white deck splashing Edgar, but also that bloody 2-drop, which I don't know if I agree with that. All right, 2-1. Let's go. Let's go. It's my Italian side showing off there. That's a joke, kind of Mario thing. Okay. Yeah, which is fine. Keep. I don't know which one of these 2-drops to play, honestly. I think it depends what they play. In that case, maybe I want an Entomber? I don't mind trading this off either. Yeah, I think I'd rather trade off. I'd rather they, in red-green, I'd rather them not have that wolf in the late game. That's one way I could lose. Weaver. Okay, sure. Hit me. You know you wanna. No? I don't like you either. Okay. So this turn, because I only have 1 blue and I don't want to make it night, I'm gonna play the Entomber. Could play the board also, but then this doesn't. Then I'm taking extra damage. Next turn I can play board and Geist and be pretty okay with it. I can even do that to flip it back today if I do nothing here. It'd be pretty bad for them to do nothing. Fuck. I don't want to double block because that just opens me up to trick. Getting 2 for 1 via trick. Hold on my tumor. Sure. It's fine. And red wolf. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do the board and the Geist now. Now I don't really mind double blocking the Weaver. Oh, that's a good card. Spooky City. Okay, this costs 3 to disturb. Okay, so trading off the infantry, putting on the Geist is fairly good. This child of the pack is going to be a problem, so I think we start by exploiting this infantry. Boom. Just pop it off. Lantern Bearer. I don't want to draw that because I only have 1 blue. I could cast it and then put infantry on something next turn. It just seems kind of bad. I have other lantern bearers I could draw. Okay, we got the second blue. That's not bad. And then let me pass. You, Dormant Grove, that's a good card. I need to get some evasion going. I'll have this Cruel Witness next turn at least. This is pretty bad. 4-3? Okay, I don't mind a 4-3. Can block that. Gotta block like this. That makes my Cruel Witness really bad next turn, but we're not dying horribly. I could double block the child, because that's the biggest problem on the board. And then take 8. Then I'm leaving with Roombound Wolf? No, that's probably better. We likely will have to find... Oh, my board's gonna flip here anyway, so... That gives me a flyer. I could give that flyer a double strike and +2/+2, and then that's kind of a quick clock, actually. Gonna do first strike damage. And then I'm gonna respond to the board. Activate the board. Okay. That's perfect. Oh, but my board's about to flip. Is this a May? No, it's not. Okay. Well, all right then. We found an answer to this child at the back, though. It's pretty fucking awkward, though. Maybe I should have activated the board before I blocked. I probably would have been a better play. I was not thinking about that play. Okay. Let's just attack. I don't want it to be night, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast this through Thirst. Okay. Discard land. Play land. Could play Brian Comer. Maybe they'll flip their Dormant Grove. Yeah. Can always leave up Siphon Essence for their turn. I think it's better to play Brian Comer. That gives me 2 creatures that are like free sacrifices to Invitation. So I don't mind if that goes to the graveyard. I hope they put it on the Child of the Pack and make the tree folk. Yes. Perfect. If I block with both, that's just gonna tip them off. Okay. Maybe they think I'm just. Maybe they'll think I'm just trying to race with the Cipherbound Spirit. Play more creatures, please. Yes! You fool! You fool! You absolute fool! You fell for it. They fell for it. I don't think it was a good play. I think the play was just make a wolf go to knight, and then if I have nothing, I die anyway. But instead, they did very, very silly things. You have 5 creatures. Allow me to... Let's all sacrifice 10 creatures. Cool. Here go. Sweet Jesus. That's awesome. Clovis. I'm gonna leave up Siphoness. This is probably way too safe of a play, but if they just land a bomb here, that's like how I lose. Okay, now I have Fierce Retribution, so I'm not so scared about that. Let's start with Brinecomer. Yes, I will put this kindly ancestor in my graveyard. I'm playing like way too safe. They obviously don't have anything, right? Yeah, they play some bomb, then I just retribution it. I don't want that either. Let's go. Bonk. Alright. We are in control here. Visionary? Okay. I don't care about that at all. Not even a little bit. Guess we can go for lethal here. Cool. Alright, our deck was kind of firing on all cylinders there. The board wipe sure did help there, though. That was such a huge blowout because the opponent played badly. Can't believe they played out, what was it, 3 creatures? They played out their whole hand, which was like 3 creatures. Or maybe it was just 2 creatures. Into, instead of just paying for making a wolf and going to knight. And then I'm in trouble anyway. Oh, hello by invitation only. This is a good hand. This is a good one. Keep. I think I play the Minister turn 1 here. Oh yeah, we definitely play the Minister turn 1 now. Probably trading it off too. What does this card actually do? Yeah, okay, get the bigger, and they play 4 drops. Yep, that's fine. I'm playing against another red-green opponent, Scorpion. Okay, turn big guys will hold off that Scorpion quite well. I'll probably exploit it too. Maybe I'll play Thirst. Maybe I won't. No, I'll probably exploit it now. Sure. Let's go attacking. Hiya. Haha. Free damage. Alright, we kind of have a lot of lands here. It's a good thing we have this Thirst. I will draw this kind of tester. Yes. Cool. What you got, opponent? Don't really want to take 3 damage. Alright. So now we're kind of even on cards. except they don't have a 4th land drop. Could play the Comber and then Twin Blade it. Ancestor doesn't really block any of this shit anyway. Comber is one way to get head on creatures for Invitation. If I just pass, that stupid thing becomes a 6/3. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Comber. And then I can trade it off for the Scorpion. It's kind of looking like oh, I wanted to go tonight, huh? Or maybe they just don't have any other drops. Yeah, I'm gonna start by playing this. Heron, Retribution. We're definitely discarding planes. Play planes. Attack for 1. It'll still be night, but that's fine. Retribution, stupid 6/3. Or maybe I should just chump block? Try and leverage this Invitation? No? Okay. Sure. That's fine. Yes. Presents. It's gonna be really good with the Comber later. Or maybe right now even. No, I think I want to put all that stuff on Heron of Hope. Alright, let's just attack for 1. Play by invitation only. 5 creatures. Okay. Play Heron. Play Ancestor. I think the Heron is more of a threat. Mariner. Siphon. Okay. Don't mind if the Ancestor actually dies, so let's go Brian Comer on Heron. Nurturing Presence. Okay. Keep up counter spell for shenanigans. Unfortunately, this can't counter removal. That's okay. I got 3 3 tokens and 2 damage out of these auras. I could beat the shit out of them with, yeah, let's just counter that. I could beat the shit out of them with Twin Blade Geist, which I probably will do next turn. Lantern Bearer, that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, could discard the Lantern Bearer for blood. Maybe I should do that and then put it on the Ancestor. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, they gave up. Oh wait, no, they're just dead if I just casted the Lantern Bearer, then they just die. Like I said, the creature. Cool. This deck is sweet. Braincomber is awesome. My invitation only, I still think it's good. We've only ever used it as 5 mana board wipe so far, but because we can get so many tokens, we definitely engineer it where like our best creature survives and all their board dies. Oh boy. His hand is hecka slow, so hopefully no quick shenanigans. It's awkward because we got presence and board and no creatures, but we got this thirst. But we wouldn't want to discard creatures to that anyway. Okay, there's that infantry. Infantry doesn't block that anyway, so I'm just gonna play the board. Maybe I end up discarding the infantry, but probably not. Okay, sure. Infantry blocks that. Yeah, I don't mind thirsting here. I'm not under that much pressure. I do need to find gas. This is the most mana efficient I can be. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, what? What you got now, opponent? They're using their blood here on turn 4. Interesting. Yeah, you gain a life. Yep. They're scared of a counter spell here? They should be. You should be. Probably shouldn't, but whatever. Is that even a braid for my board, or are they just reading it? Be cool if I could flip it in response, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I'm definitely gonna discard a land here. Ooh, all right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play the infantry. And then we're gonna hold up the board, I guess. I don't really want to play Braincomber right now. Yeah, I'm not blocking that. You can go to 13. Okay. Might be time to go by invitation only again. Heron Diver's Gob. I have to put one of these in the graveyard. Man. I think it's gonna be this gob. I want this heron. But since I'm doing that now, I'm going to. Am I invitationing now? Huh. I only have 3 cards left. Yeah, I probably should. Well, let's attack first. See what they do. Yeah. Haha. Wow. Didn't even block their 1/4. Fucking cowards, dude. I guess I'll take my 3 for 1, or 2.5 for 1. They're gonna get a blood from this dying. That's okay. So I'll sacrifice 5 creatures now. Next turn I can play Heron Presence. Or Heron hold up the board. It's not bad either. I kind of want this Brinecomer in the graveyard. Okay, well, haste kind of sucks here. I need to start getting my lifelink on, bro. Yep. 10. Being a 10's not great, but they didn't really spend the rest of their mana either. Can always play this as a chump blocker. I think it's best just to play this. And then maybe it dies, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, we get to run away with the game, probably. This isn't untap when it transforms, so no use using it now. One has 4 cards in their hand. I'll probably play Brinecomer as a chump blocker. And then shoot up the Heron, maybe? We'll see what my opponent does. So I'll have 7 mana next turn, so I can play this. And this. And if I put this on that, that's actually pretty good. Or I could play this, or I could play this, lifelink, play this. I'll gain a lot of life doing that. Guess we'll see what they do. Grasp. Alright, well my board's gonna flip anyway, so let's go ahead and pay that Lantern Bearer for free here. Okay. So they're out of blood now. Play this Cruel Witness. Slam for 3. And then I'll cast the Brinecomer. I can go a little bit all in on Brinecomer next turn if they tap out. Then I can get a bunch of spirits. Celebrants. Okay. Sending in the statuette. Kinda don't want to keep dealing with it, so I'll lose that. Okay. Time to make some 1/1s, I guess. This thing has a menace, so that kind of sucks, but not too much I can do about that. Oh yeah. Alright. It's a race. If they have Markov's Retribution, I'm sad. Or whatever the 2 damage on all non-vampires. That would be pretty good here. I would still have the Brinecomer though. And this Lantern Bearer. I wish I didn't have this extra land in my hand. If I keep this Cypherbound Spirit, I can at least catalog. Boop, boop. Throw 2 1/1s under the bus. 6, 7, 8. So they're dead if they have no interaction. Okay, they have a blocker for flying now. And they have a Glidness Guest. Okay, so they're not dead. Well, okay. This costs 2, this costs 3. I guess this is a pretty good blocker. Just playing the Lantern Bearer forces a block? Actually, is that true? This becomes 5. Yes, it does. Whoop. I'm gonna play the Ancestor also. Some forces a block with the Bloodcaster. They get another blood from that. Okay. Yeah. I lose my spirit. That's fine. They go to 2. They get blood. Alright, so they remove for my Brinecomer. I'm still okay. Career bats. Oh, interesting. Getting back the Bloodcaster. Sure. Okay, they got a couple of flyers now. So the thing about this having this kindly ancestor is they're actually like wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can just take 4 here. And then they're dead on board unless they have a land for their blood. Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3. Takes 2. If they do that, then they're chump blocking with both. I don't know, this blocks here. I get 2 flyers in. I go to 5. Going to 5 seems pretty good. Forcing. Wait a minute. Yeah. So I have to block this. They're gonna block that with the bat. Block this here. That's fine. They can double block. That's even better. They can't double block because then they die. If I attack with everything. And I think this is the attack. Yep. Yep. Yep, I get another blood. I guess they get to keep their bloodcaster. I could have attacked and forced them to lose their bloodcaster, but then they have lethal on the crackback if they have anything for this for my Geist. Yep. Game's not over yet. Socialite, not bad. Yeah, they can't attack me because then they're dead on board, right? Yeah, I think so. Well, let's see. I double block with Geist in that. And I put Geist on. No, not quite. I take it, then jump block here, take 3. Yeah. The Celebrants is annoying. It means I have to keep putting 2 creatures in its way. And they've gotten so much blood that the Gluttonous Guest is keeping them alive as well. Alright, so I play the Entomber. This is already a forced block. If I give Granny double strike. That's pretty good too. Alright. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's the safest play. Yeah, these 1/1s just are not doing that much. They could not block Granny and then just stack a blood. Okay, I don't mind them losing the guest here. Yep. Okay, they get more blood, and they have 2 menace creatures. If they can kill 2 of my creatures, I die. I take Xaxes. And they don't have the guest anymore. Yeah, the gluttonous guest really kept them in this game. Block like this. Yep. Stupid menace creatures. Could chump block you for years otherwise. Okay. Well, if they have removal from my Brine Comber, that's gonna suck a little bit. Oh, Anya. Oh my god, dude. That's so good. That card's so good. Fuck. Oh my god, did I just lose? I did. Wow, they have Anya and Bloodcaster. Their deck is really good. I just lost. So I'm gonna. I have to attack with Granny, otherwise they can just drain me out. They could still. They even have a good block on Granny here. Well, I guess Granny dies, and then I can give lifelink to the Comber and make another token. Okay, we're not dead yet. Oh, we kind of are, but they don't know that. Stupid fucking Anya. Wow, they didn't block. Oh, I guess that's how they killed me. Yeah, sure. So many lands. I mean, they drew like as many lands as I did, but they had all this free blood. I just drew lands when it counted. Uh-huh. No, my 1/1. Alright, that was a good game. Damn, fucking Anya. Anya dunked me. Anya is such a good card. Alright, we're at 4 wins. Let's keep winning. Let's just keep winning. Okay. Wow, this actually is a really good curve. And then we have a buyout. Sure. Lantern Bear. I don't want Lantern Bear yet. Because I want to combine the Geist with the Minister. Okay. Catgeist. Okay. Well, so they just took it. Play Lantern Bear now. That was what I was hoping for them not to have. Alright. We racing? Are we racing? Probably not. Land. So I can play the Lantern Bearer on the Geist. Attack for 6. And then they hit me with the Catgeist again. I don't love that. I want to save this for after this. I think our attacking days are over for now. We're probably just setting up. Okay, their attacking days are also over. Cool. Combat damage. Thank God it's combat damage. Otherwise, this would be a sick combo. Right. Keep gaining life. I don't know how likely it is my opponent's gonna overextend into this by invitation. Oh, well, nice, cool witness. Cool. Probably just fire it off now. But then I left with no creatures. Can I keep waiting? Well, let's see what they do. I'm gonna just take it. Alright, blue players tapped out. Let's just go for it for marginal value. Okay. Holy cow deck. You sure do like to draw your lands, don't you, deck? Let's imprison the devils. No game, I don't want to put my bear or geist onto their devils. Scattered thoughts. It's not great for me. I'm flooding out and my opponent's drawing extra cards. And I don't think they are flooding out. Okay, so Seven Cents is a good draw. I get a blood from this and I get a blood from this. I'm keeping both of these lands in my hand. Fuck it. These are blood lands. Holy fuck, get the shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Ah, get out of here. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're fired. Okay, blood time. Got another Geist. And a board. Okay. Play Soul Cipher board. Play Geist. Pass the turn. No dragons allowed, thanks. Yep. No mythic dragons allowed, please. Please and thank you. Stop. Maybe I'll upkeep the board, but probably not. Okay, well they have 6 cards in their hand. They haven't been making every land drop, so they obviously have something. I don't know what it could be though. Maybe syncopate? I haven't really given them an opportunity to syncopate. Ooh. Can I put this lantern bear in the graveyard for free and draw this tackling minister? Into it. Alright, let's go attacking. Maybe I'm supposed to put the lantern bear on at this turn. Nope. Glad I didn't. Okay, take a counter off the board. Do I have a braid for my board? I have 2 pairs in my graveyard. It's pretty cool. Yes. Oh, that's better. Okay, end of turn. Let's activate the board. Stitch Assistant and Plains. Kind of want this Stitch Assistant. Actually, nah. Fuck the six. Fuck the Plains too, though. Alright, let's just flip it. I want to flip it so that I can catalog here. Vampire's Vengeance. Okay. So that's what they have. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Still have 5 cards in their hand. Ooh, yeah, baby. Brian Comer? How about this Brian Comer? Anything to say about this Brian Comer? How about when I do this? Oh, I could have played around Syncopate. I don't care if they have Syncopate here, actually. Oh my god, they have another Vampire's Vengeance? That's so savage. Alright. Double Vampire's Vengeance. That's so good against me. So good. No wonder they were sandbagging shit. Well, play my Entomber. I don't really want to put Brian Comer on that thing. If I put like all 3 of these things on it, it's still like really slow. Okay. Yep, that's fine. I've been chilled. How many creatures are left in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a presence. It's not too bad. Try to find something to put these auras on, right? They did have Syncopate. Haha, I knew you had it. I guess that's the cool thing about Syncopate in this format. Ew. That card's really... That card's so good! That's gonna exile my Brian Comer. Shit. This is such a bad matchup for me. Vampire's Vengeance. and something that exiles, like a bomb that exiles stuff all the time, every turn. This is horrible. Well, I guess I got punished for not brine cumbering there. Well, let's get my blood. Let's get our blood on here. Yikes, dude. Holy crap. Holy fucking lands, Batman. Welcome to my only lands. Okay, Ancestor. That's interesting. Alright. Play her. And then let's put Enter Bear on her. Alright, I have no other way to discard cards except for Thirst, so wash away. Okay. They washed away my Lantern Bear. That's fine, I think. This game's gonna be hard to win. I hate you. Oh man, this Cemetery Illuminator and that double Vampire's Vengeance. This game is so painful. They're gonna make me like put these Geists on worse stuff. Well, they took 2 creatures, so they can only cast creatures off the top of their graveyard, off the top of their library. But they're also drawing 2 cards a turn and making my life miserable. Fierce Retribution. Okay. That's a good one to find. Well, let's give Grandma a double strike. Maybe I should cast this first. It can't hurt me by attacking anymore. Playing this land plays around Syncopate for 4. They pitched 1 Syncopate. I don't think they're gonna keep another one. I also have the blood around. Yeah, this is fine. Yep. Okay. Please die. Cradle. No. I think I had Cradle up last turn anyway. Fuck. Oh, and they exiled my instant. I had another. There was another instant in there. So now that they have an instant on top, they can cast it once per turn. That's cool. Well, they have 9 cards in their library. Maybe that's my out. Is this a May? No, it's not. Drew another fucking land though, so that's pretty cool. Oh, that. Okay, we 2-for-1 them there. Well, I have no reason not to play these lands now. we're at 20. I guess we just try and stay alive now. They have 8 cards in their library. And the Catgeist is not a May. It exiles a land. Cool. Please play lands off the top of your library. Do it. Problem is, I don't have that many. If they have good threats, I don't have that many good answers left in my deck. Man, this is such a bad matchup. Hopefully we can win this by milling them. I have no way to mill them. But currently every time they hit me with the Luminaire, it's taking a clock off of themselves. Ooh, that's a big pummeler. Okay. Yikes. Ryan Comer. That's a good draw. Yeah. Let's just play that. Alright, well now they have a win condition that isn't just Illuminator attacking, so probably gonna need a little bit of help here. Six cards left. The reason I'm blocking with the Spirit here is because I'm blocking, I'm going to be removing a counter from the pummeler. Oh. That's not good. Nurturing Presence. They're at 5. I think I was probably supposed to play it. 5 cards. I mean, did they have removal here? I don't think I survive. What am I thinking about? Syncopate? It is a syncopate. Syncopate for 9. Holy cow. Is there any hope for me actually winning this game by attacking? I don't think so. And this Entomber's not doing anything anymore. Okay, Flame Breather. Don't care that much about that. This is 8 damage, and then they draw a card. This is like never gonna be better than a chump blocker, probably. Blocking here takes 1 damage off of this every turn, which is the same as blocking this. Okay. If I were them, I would probably stop attacking with that Illuminator. Okay, Heron of Hope is a pretty good draw here. A Siphon Essence. That sucks. Wow, how many counter spells do they have? That's crazy. Okay, so I need to draw like Thirst into something or Retribution to kind of have a chance here. Diver's God as a 3/5 is not too bad either, but I don't think it's gonna do it anymore. Yeah, Diver's God doesn't do it anymore. Frickin' fuck. We drew so many lands. So many lands. And they had a pretty good amount of blood for a blue-red deck. God damn it. Alright, well. They're gonna attack me. Okay, when I fired this off, could I have got around doing it? I killed a breaker, a witness, and what else? Devil? No, they didn't have the devils yet. This game. Oh, and the cat. That's right, the cat. I wish I had a way to gain life here. And exactly as much as they needed. Dang. Dang. That feels bad. We lost like every game to Flood. Or at least it felt like that because this deck has no blood. I mean, such a bad matchup. Just unbelievably bad matchup. Both of the Vampire's Vengeances completely hose our strategy. And then so does also the Illuminator also hoses our strategy. We had no good blockers for it. Let's X out all our value from the graveyard. Man. They had 2 mythics in that deck, by the way. A dragon and Illuminator. Deck was very good. Also extremely good against our deck. Alright, so what have we learned? We learned that Brine Comber is a really powerful strategy. I still think board is playable. I don't regret playing it. It was pretty good. Graveyard Hate is really good against us. And so are Pyroclasms, but that's not really something new. The amount of times that we actually Voltroned, maybe I do want Animate Will. I would have wanted, I regret, I don't remember what I took over them. I thought I could wheel the Cradle of Safeties, but at that point I didn't have the second Brine Comber. I didn't super want them, but, or the second Twin Blade Geist, but turned out Cradle of Safety would have been really, really good in our deck. Way better than Adamant Will. I would have played Cradle of Safety. I would not play Adamant Will in this deck. There's aura-based removal, and then there's Bleed Dry, which just embarrass Adamant Will, so that's why I didn't really want to play it. Yeah. So Ministers were good, the Lantern Bearer was great. Happy I played Counterspell that gives me blood. That was a really good card. And then by invitation only, it's just like my get out of jail free card. Really happy I played the Thirst too. Wish I had more ways to like loot in this deck. Like more blood. But it's hard to get blood in these colors. I had 2 cards that could make blood. I had Imprisonment and Essence. And they're both overperformers, so yeah, blood is just really good. it's hard to beat a deck that has a bunch of blood in the late game because they just keep drawing gas. But that's gonna be it for this draft. Thank you all for watching. If you're not watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube tonight, and you can watch it there if you missed anything, or if you just want to watch it again. I guess that's fine with me. Any kind of support I can get is awesome. Let me plug my YouTube channel here. My channel, if you're watching on YouTube, this is part completely irrelevant. My YouTube command is my link to my channel. Channel name is All Fun Lover, all one word, MTG. All Fun Lover MTG is my channel. And I'm gonna be uploading one draft per day, for as long as I can. So mostly gonna be stream VODs, maybe some edited content be on the way, but not tonight. Okay. Thanks for watching last time, and is there really anyone watching me? But I will go raid somebody. I'm gonna raid someone awesome in the community. Who's it gonna be? MTG Nerd Girl is drafting. Echo is drafting. I can't remember. Yeah. I'm gonna raid Echo 5 Bravo. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Raid Echo. And then I hope you all have a good night. And I'll post on all my socials, Discord too. I don't have a channel Discord, but the Mana Tutors do. At some point I'll make a Discord for this channel, probably when I have more subscribers. But that's gonna be it for me tonight. We're gonna do a raid. We're gonna sign off. Thanks for watching. I may be back later tonight. I haven't decided, but I'm gonna like go to the gym and do some other stuff first and make a thumbnail, upload everything. Anyways, I'm just stalling. Feels like I'm just stalling now. So what? Oh, Echo 5. All right. Hopefully the sound was better. I turned off the noise gate for this video because I got some feedback about that on my last video, that my voice was being cut off. So hopefully that helps. I do have a bit of noise suppression on. That's just to cut down on background noise. Hopefully it's working. But yeah, any feedback is appreciated. I'm just starting out with YouTube, so just want to grow and learn and do the best I can. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you next time.